Welcome to the Sugar Freedom Show. I'm your host, Katherine Gordon. Today's podcast is Sugar-Free Diet Plateaus and What to Do About Them. So the first thing, if you're on a plateau, is congratulate yourself. If you're on a plateau, you've gotten some results. Maybe you've lost weight, maybe you've lost fat, maybe you've lost a dress size. So first things first, if you've gotten to a plateau, congratulations on the change that you've achieved so far. But number two is change, even good change, can be stressful. So when you're on a plateau, you may need to have some stress reduction and some relaxation techniques because weight is controlled by the body's autonomic system. So the autonomic system, all of the things that the body does that you don't consciously control. So for example, if you're asleep, your autonomic system is controlling your breathing, your dreaming, your digestion, your blood circulation. You're not circulating your blood. You're not digesting your food consciously. The autonomic system is in charge of that. And the autonomic system is in charge of what you weigh, whether you're losing weight or not, whether you're retaining water or not. And one of the ways that you can manage that autonomic system is by making sure that you're having a practice for relaxation and rest and recovery. So if you're on a plateau, check and see, are you doing meditation or yoga, taking walks, playing with your dogs, listening to beautiful music? Really focus on whether you are doing things to relax and to enjoy life. Your autonomic system wants to know that you are safe and happy, that you're not changing your diet and changing your exercise routine because you're in some kind of danger. No. You want to convince your autonomic system that you're happy and healthy and that you're doing something that you can enjoy. You want these changes are good for you, and that they're making you happier. So if you're on a plateau, get on board with your autonomic system by making sure that you're doing things that you enjoy, that are relaxing, so that you can convince your autonomic system to go ahead and release more weight and release more fat. Number three, and this is probably the most helpful and important in terms of this podcast, find your foundational foods and focus on those foods until you've broken through the plateau. So I'll give you an example. Back when I was on Sugar Freedom and I wasn't eating sugar or grains or processed vegetable oils, I was eating some low sugar fruits, a big variety of vegetables, a big variety of leafy greens, and then lots of different kinds of animal proteins. But one of the things I noticed is I could eat Granny Smith apples, one a day, and lose weight, but I couldn't eat pineapples and lose weight. So understanding my foundational food, the Granny Smith apple worked, but pineapple didn't, because when I would have a Granny Smith apple, I would be nourished and satisfied. But when I added pineapple, I wasn't. So what I want you to do is look for your foundational foods. What are the foods that are in your way of eating that consistently allow you to release fat? And because I'm following more of a carnivore-ish way of eating right now, for me, if I get up in the morning and I have some scrambled eggs and some wild salmon, I find that that keeps me really nourished and satisfied until lunchtime. And then at lunchtime, if I have my beef and I have with that maybe some more eggs and I drink water, this keeps me really nourished and satisfied. But if I'm adding in things like cheese or pork rinds, which are some of the fun foods that I eat on my eating strategy, this is when I find that I'm not getting leaner, not getting lighter. And so my foundational foods, I would definitely take out the cheese and I'd take out the pork rinds and I would stick to the foods that work for me. So whether you're sugar-free or whether you're carnivore-ish, what you're looking for is those foods that always work. And right now, being carnivore-ish, that would be scrambled eggs, wild salmon, beef, obviously always water, and some of the simpler foods like that. So those are the three strategies. Number one, congratulate yourself. Number two, make sure that you have ways of relaxing and enjoying yourself in order to get on board with your autonomic system. And then number three, look at your foundational foods. Know the foods that tend to nourish and satisfy you on a regular basis, and then focus on those foods for a little while. So those are my top three. A couple more might be look at your eating window. You might want to practice a little bit of an intermittent fasting strategy where you wouldn't eat too close to bedtime. So that's another strategy that you might use as well. But those top three, number one, congratulate yourself. Enjoy the changes that you've already made. Number two, reduce stress, and number 3, focus on your foundational foods. So that's our podcast for today. Until next time, be well, eat for yourself, and thanks for listening to the Sugar Freedom Podcast.